Oh, we
All
we
right.
are live.
Yes, we
We are.
are.
Hello, YouTube world. Hello, Shane. Hello, Aaron.
What's up,
Hello.
guys?
How
Well,
are you both doing tonight?
I am here for fun.
yeah.
Well, you're in luck, brother, because on the mean streets of Clinton County. They call this the fun zone.
Hey, Aaron did send out his more lethal today, right?
Yes, not today, but yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So yeah,
Congratulations, dude.
that was a terrible and costly mistake to mail out my books.
Oh yeah.
It cost money to ship these. Did you guys know that?
Oh no, I'm in
And
trouble.
I thought the post office was just a nice free subsidy of the government.
Mm.
My
You're
post
telling me,
office is a joke, man. Someone came in, this dude comes in and he's like, can I get a book of stamps? They literally could not find the stamps. I'm like, you're a post office. Your whole thing is like your existence is stamps. And he's like, well, he's digging around for like 5 minutes and he's like, we have 13. I'm like, you have 13 stamps in this giant facility? What the hell?
Did you get them all? Did you get the stamps?
It was just some dude wanted them. I did. They gave
Oh.
me a bunch of stamps to use because they were like, go off in the corner and stamp all your stuff before you come in. And I was like,
Oh.
oh, I don't know how this works. And then they like argued with each other and then took my stamps away and then did it themselves. But they didn't stamp them. They like used these labels. So
So you're
I
saying if
don't
I go in
know.
there and act really stupid, they'll do it for me?
No, well, they're stupid. That's the problem.
I just wonder if I go in
But
with like a big box of like my comics and just drool and just kind of sit there and shake if they're like, man, we should just do this ourselves.
gosh, I shouldn't have said this on the air. What if someone from Lapeer is actually like listening? But uh,
they're
they
not. You're
they
okay.
usually like with Cybershock, they did it all for me because I went to the closer, smaller one in Otter Lake, and they did everything for me like no problem. And then when I went to Lapeer, the bigger city, like bigger town, for this one, they were like mad at me because I brought too many packages, and then they didn't know how to like best mail them. So we sat there for a while figuring out like how they wanted to ship them. I don't know all the rules for all this stuff, but like uh apparently like since my book is like since it's like manga size, like and I put them in these like hard I put them in basically like the same hard regular comic book mailers that Cybershock was in.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you want in here, Matt, let me know. That's Matt Burke. Sorry. Go ahead.
And yeah, so I put them in like the same exact kind of mailer that Cybershock's in, except for they're smaller. But they let them go as a large envelope instead of like a parcel or a package or whatever they call it. So it like saved. It didn't really save me a whole bunch of money because like I only charged $5 for shipping, but it saved me. But it actually saved me money because it would have cost a lot more if they were like full size books. Because it was charging me like for Cybershock, like they were charging me like 550 within the U.S. just
Oh yeah.
for the ship cost, and then like some of the out of country ones were like $27.
Yeah, once you go outside of the states, it can add up pretty quick.
But they
Canada's not terrible, but yeah.
since these ones were like a different type of package, they were a lot cheaper. Like it only costed me like $5 to ship like all the way to Malaysia and stuff.
Oh wow,
So,
that's wild. That's I.
yeah.
That's weird. It's hard to comprehend how it costs like $15 to ship something small to Canada, but it costs $5 to ship something to the other side of the planet on an island
Yeah, yeah,
nation that's all broken up and surrounded by ocean.
yeah.
But
I don't think they have it quite figured out the correct way. Or there's like some kind of weird tariffs and stuff.
yeah, that could be.
Anyways, you guys are gonna get your comics pretty soon because I mailed everything.
Well, that's good to hear, brother. I'm glad it all got out and went relatively smoothly for you.
Yeah. I haven't mailed comps yet to create like the creators, like you, Joe, and like Ibai and the other people. I mailed out your stuff you actually ordered, but I didn't send out your comps yet.
Shane, kick this guy off the show right now.
We hadn't heard from Aaron for months, and now we're going to just kick him.
Get
His
him
arrival.
Get him the F out of here.
Day one, gone.
You guys are starting to sound an awful lot like Chris Evans.
Oh,
Chris,
no.
No, Chris Evans is a saint.
Yeah, he's on vacation this week. Hope he's having fun.
He's my mortal enemy.
Your mortal enemy. That's got to be the strangest enemy.
Yeah.
On planet Earth.
I'm the only person that, like, if anything bad ever happens to Chris, like, I'll be arrested immediately because they'll be like, nobody hates this guy, and they're like, there's one
man.
They'll just come get me. And then, like, even though I didn't do it, I'll just be screwed because, like, of all the things I've said on every stream bad about him constantly, there's overwhelming evidence you've done this.
There's overwhelming evidence that he is your mortal enemy.
Yeah, you have to kill your mortal enemy. It's like Highlander rules.
That's true. I guess sometimes you gotta lop some heads off and decry the skies for lightning through a sword.
He's kind of like
part of life.
He's kind of like my southern. He's like my southern version of me. He's like my southern doppelganger.
Oh, nice. Where's I don't want to dox Chris, but I was gonna say where's he from? Like West Virginia?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I think West Virginia.
Like the state.
Hey, here's it. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna give his address or anything, but yeah, he's from West Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah.
From now.
I told him next year when the Mothman Festival comes around, we need to meet up.
Yeah.
And then I'll secretly have Aaron with us, and Aaron can just come around the corner and just beat the shit out of him.
Oh my god. He'd probably kill me. He has 1,000,000 guns.
And probably swords.
Yeah.
I think he does have stuff like that.
Gonna be toting some heat.
He would just hit me with an Indiegogo package that's got 1,000,000 comic books in it.
And he's like,
hey, speaking of Indiegogo, that's a good segue. I hear there's a really cool project from King Toad on Indiegogo right now, Shane.
Oh, I guess I should probably share that, huh? All right, give me a sec. Keep talking.
All right, I'm gonna
I like your avatar,
drop
Joe.
the link in the chat here in a minute. Oh crap! I dropped that.
It should be in the description as well of the video.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
I think I got that right. I don't know. I'm new. It should have worked.
Well, I accidentally dropped the StreamYard link in the chat, so we might get some randos coming in. That's okay. It's a party. It ain't gonna hurt nothing.
Yeah. All right, there you go. I won't go through the whole campaign right now, but for what, 6 days in, right? I think we're 6 days. Is it 7th day?
Yeah. I think we're.
So yeah.
I think we're still at 6, but yeah, you could be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what does it say? 55 days left?
54.
Yeah. Hey, now it's official. We got a thumbs down, so now we know we're official YouTubers.
Hey, that's weird. Why'd that happen?
Probably because Passion's in the chat, and Passion's an asshole. I
don't think it hurt. I think ups and downs both like do the same thing, don't they?
Yeah, it don't matter.
Yeah, algorithm wise, yeah.
Hey, there's Ace. I figured Ace would be. I thought you were in the did the Doodle and Chill end already? I know we kind of started at about the same time. This isn't gonna be like a normal time thing. We'll probably change our times and all that.
Nope.
Usually,
Nope. That's
no
doing this time every week.
I'm taking you down, Sim.
Yeah, but we've got the Mothman book coming to your hands straight from Indiegogo. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We got some great artists on it. Who's Shane? What's the artist's last name? It's Ilya.
I would just say Ilya because I can't pronounce it. It's a Russian last name.
Okay. Oh yeah, he does got a. It's got like letters that don't even make sense next to each other, but he's a good guy.
Yeah, man, the guy's been like just pumping out stuff. Like I say, he's already got the last pages penciled, and he started the inking already. So that also reminds me, I talked to Preston today because I forgot he has the original layout of his cover, not the painting because the painting sold, but he actually has like the rough draft. I was supposed to put on the campaign, so I will be putting that on the campaign sometime probably this week once I figure out exactly what he was going to want for it. You know, all those.
Yeah.
All those. So I will have that up for grabs. Yeah. I'd say, yeah, the Joe Ball piece already sold, which we knew was going to happen. And the drawn in tier, which I'm pretty sure that Chris jumped right on that. So I'm going to charge him extra. Actually, I need to get a hold of him because his nose alone is going to take a page. So we need to address that issue. It's going to be extra, Chris.
I love just trashing Chris, like the guy who spends the most CG money. It's definitely a good idea that we just trash him.
Chris is he's got a good sense of humor, thank God. So
oh yeah, man, he can take it.
There's some people in the world where you can't even joke without them getting butthurt about something. I'm talking about myself, but you know, there's it's everyone's a little different, I guess. But yeah, the book's going really well. Ilya's blasting through pages. He's inking right now, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
We
he
just got
done saying that, Joe.
Yeah, well, I'm repeating it because we have to drive the point home, Aaron. That's how you sell books, brother. You got to repeat. But he's killing it on the artwork end. I can't wait for Jeff to get a hold of those last few pages and get some color on them.
Yeah. I need to send him Matt Burke's because I definitely want us to get to that trading card stretch goal if we actually get to that far, because I want to get Jeff some more work. So
yeah,
and then
and
Sims.
Lots of. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
We got lots of fun prints from a variety of artists. Everyone will see those on the campaign, but
yeah,
Carla's is a very cool take. Preston's is a very cool. Like everyone's got kind of like their own approach to the character, and it's interesting because there is no like solid design for Mothman that exists out there, because everyone's kind of got like different stories of this shadowy figure.
It's cool too because we actually got everybody to, if anybody's familiar with the Mothman, every artist, we got him to do something that involved the different scenery that he's kind of known for. Like Carla did the bridge. Let's see. We had Doodle Bags. Let me find Doodle Bags. Yeah, Doodle Bags did the bunkers. So you got the TNT bunkers, and then Sim is doing the like a car chase scene for the. I don't have a picture of that right now, but so it's kind of cool that everybody's doing something that the true Mothman fans will get it. Now, he's not known for ripping off deer heads, but I'll take it.
Well, we're moving into the next phase of Mothman. There's not.
Oh yeah,
there's not.
Well, people has been asking,
there really. So we're inventing the next wave.
Yeah, because we didn't have much to go on by with something that happened in the '60s. It was more like a spiritual. It's kind of like he was like a shadow in the wind kind of character. Like did you see him? Did you not? It was very ghostly, and we took that monster approach. So I'm loving stuff like this, like Matt design. We're giving Mothman more of that universal kind of monster feel, or like said, I was a big fan of the slasher films, like Freddy Krueger and Jason and Michael Myers. So to give him a little bit more of that monstrous feel is I think at least we're doing something different with it that I haven't seen much of.
Hey, check your back room for Philip.
Oh, I'm sorry, Phil. Thank you.
Check your back hole.
What's up?
What's up?
Hey. Yeah, I was on
Aaron, you brought the peeps, man.
I was on Doodle and Chill, and then I go in there and Sim died or something, and so he won't let anyone in. So I'm just hanging out in the back room of that, and then I saw you guys were streaming, and then so I jumped over here. So I'm in the back room of Sim's room right now while I'm on your stream, and I'm also drawing James Bond.
Yeah, because I saw Ace join, and I thought he was over there. I was like, what the?
Now, quick question, you guys. Don't hold this against me. I'm not the most cultured person out there. But what's this James Bond?
Oh my God.
Who's this Sean Connery everyone keeps talking about? I'm not.
Shut your whore mouth.
I'm not affluent in the world of Hollywood. The Brits especially, because they discuss.
Yeah, you hate the Brits.
Yeah, they're me, Mel Gibson, Donald Trump. We're storming the shores. We're taking Britain over. It's going to be America Junior here
basically
soon.
British.
What was like the last movie he did?
Mel Gibson?
No. Sean Connery.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Was it? I mean, yeah,
it's depressing.
It's been a long time, right? Since he retired.
Yeah, that ended his career.
Yeah.
Dang.
Well, it was a terrible movie.
I enjoyed it.
I guess according to the source material, I've heard some people say it was a good action film, and I can see that.
Yeah, everybody hates it.
Yeah, it's not like the comic.
War.
It's not really like the comic, but it's pretty cool. It's fun.
Have you read the comic, Aaron?
Yes.
Aaron, can you read?
Barely. Adam helped me.
There's a reason he's doing picture books.
So you became gay at the same time?
Yeah, like I learned like literacy and homosexuality like went hand in hand, literally.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
See you, Aaron.
Literacy and homosexuality. That's like a joke I heard on Aqua Teen Hunger Force, where Master Shake is going. He's complaining that there's no proof that you need to brush your teeth, and someone says to him, "Well, you don't have teeth anyways. How would you know?" And he goes, "I got them removed when I was young because teeth are for gay people. I'm not gay." And he just runs off. Like, okay.
Sounds like
that's one way to get around not having teeth.
Did you guys watch this?
I started to. I've watched a few episodes so far.
I have not seen the second season. One?
I haven't seen the new season at all.
So I probably shouldn't talk too much about it then, huh?
Oh, just talk about it. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Is it good?
I didn't mind it. I mean, I noticed, I don't know. It's like Star Wars is in that weird stage anyways. People love it. They hate it. A lot of people hate it more than they love it. It seems like. I don't even think, even the Mandalorian's not really winning over a lot of people on the indie side of things. It seems like I love it, but it's hard for me to hate Star Wars. But
I really like the first season.
Yeah, man, I thought the first season was awesome. Only thing that was kind of disappointing about this episode for me is I guess it's okay since it is the first episode, but I wish it would have had a little bit more story build of it's just him again, like, I need to search out people to find people, and he just runs into a scenario. I'm like, damn it. So now the guy, everybody was excited because I don't know if you saw the trailer before this episode aired, where it kind of teased, where people pointed out that it showed Boba Fett's armor. Well, this guy's wearing Boba Fett's armor, as you can tell. I can't remember what his name was. I know he went by the Marshal in the episode.
He shows his face. in the
It's not
episode?
Boba Fett. It's just his armor.
It's just Boba Fett's armor.
Is that Michael
But-
Biehn?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Hey, we
So
got.
is this guy not a Mandalorian then? He just wears
Oh,
armor.
hold on.
I'm starting
got
to ink,
Matt.
I'm
guys.
gonna add,
in the back?
sorry, Matt. What's up, Matt?
Hey man,
Hey guys, how
Matt
you doing?
Burke?
How many people can I have in here?
I think 6.
I think 10.
I think 6, unless you pay extra.
Okay.
Yeah, if you pay,
Alright,
you can have 10.
You can
Okay.
have 10 in Hangouts.
All right,
Gotcha.
all right.
Gotcha.
I fucked up James Bond's gun.
Did you watch it, Matt?
Yeah, I did actually.
All
Yeah,
right,
I thought
all
you work on
I-
Sundays.
Actually, it came out on Friday at midnight.
I'm
and
talking,
I just-
I'm talking about right now. It's Sunday.
Oh, today I actually
Matt just gets up and runs. Oh shit!
I actually opened today. My boss, he had the weekend off, so I got in there early and I got out, so it was pretty cool.
Nice.
Normally I work kind of like till like 7 or so, but they've been moving around my schedule a lot, so it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah, I saw the show though. It was cool, man. I watched it at midnight. I just finished inventory, and I got out of there early. I went home and I was gonna wake up my daughters so she could watch it with me, but she was too tired. But yeah, man, I really liked it. I thought it was awesome. I love how they put Timothy Olyphant in here from Justified, and
Yeah,
I just love the whole bounty hunter like epic space western aesthetic of the show. You know?
He also played the Hitman in the movie Hitman.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he played in Deadwood
okay.
too.
Oh yeah, Deadwood. I still haven't
Yeah,
seen the
yeah.
movie yet either. I gotta say, L to the Mothman, excellent week, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
Hell yeah.
Pretty pumped that we're getting there for our first week.
In due
Oh,
time.
How's yours? Yours is on demand right now, right, Matt?
Yeah, I'm gonna be on demand until February, and yeah, that's when I'm gonna fulfill everything. So
Nice.
just working on the behind the scenes stuff and just doing some editing, making sure everything looks pretty cool, and putting together an artist gallery, and yeah, just having some fun with that.
I'm excited to see my shitty drawing in there.
Oh, it's awesome, dude. I love it, and I really appreciate you did the time to do that. You know.
Oh,
No
you got
problem.
some art in there, do you? That's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
just
got it
putting
right here.
an artist gallery in there. I have like a whole like doodle
Oh,
and chill
nice.
like page for a little Sunday we did, I think in August. So I'll have like few dudes on there.
Is
Michael
the good
Beacon.
Diaz brother in there?
This was my Butch Cleaver,
It looks exactly like Sean Connery.
doesn't it?
Sean Connery.
Shane, look at my Butch Cleaver.
It's amazing. It's beautiful.
Mm,
Can you make Phil's screen bigger?
I'm gonna keep holding it up if you don't.
hold on. How do I do that? I don't know how to do that.
See my camera. There should be a screen
do that.
in the little camera box. That looks like a monitor, I think.
Phil, I
In my
think you're
camera box
getting better.
below the big screen. There you go.
There you go.
There we go.
Wow.
Sweet, Phil's becoming so good that we're all gonna have to watch out.
Nice.
She's gonna take all the work from us.
Yeah. Yeah, Winger hired
He-
me for superhero. So
Yeah, well, yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Oh, you'll be on the second one, will you?
yeah. Jizz in every page.
He just yanks one out and goes, "It's beautiful," and scans it. The scanner's all gross and got dried garbage all over it.
That's me.
That's our Philip. So
Why-
how
why
was-
does Phil's name Phil's name says Diaz, Phil Diaz.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It's Aaron, we've talked about repetition, have we not?
Yeah.
Diaz.
Do I have to
Phil
repeat
Diaz.
repetition?
No, I get it now.
Good,
It's
good.
like when I learned literacy.
Yeah. But Phil, how's Lost Pages coming? I hear you've got almost everything in hand. Well, about to be in hand. You got your proof copies recently.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, so we have
He's like, "Oh, I lost the pages. Get it?" And then he
I
never
found
sends it.
Aaron, I found them. So here's our bonus comic. We got the proof of that. So if you want to make me bigger again, we'll see this beautiful Joe Ball double page wraparound spread. Here's
Oh
the
my
front of
god,
it.
it's amazing.
That's sick.
I'm so good, you guys.
Look at that.
Yeah, it is good, man.
That is sweet. Yeah.
So this is
Who-
the
who colored that?
45 pages of story. Altogether, it's 56 pages. So it's the people story.
Oh, nice.
We're going to go with it
That
perfect
guy's
bound.
cool.
So if you guys back the bonus comic as well as the main book, you're basically getting 128 pages altogether. And then we got the proof of the main book.
Dude,
Ooh.
Nicely cover.
that biz is
beautiful.
the shit, dude.
That's so good.
Back cover. Passion did not do the back cover.
Mm.
Sorry,
Not
Isn't-
this
sorry,
time.
not sorry.
But he
Isn't that
did do
Maxie?
we used his artwork for the thank you page. Again.
Nice.
Brandon and I. So yeah, man, I had it sent it over to an editor, aka my mom, and she read through it. And I got some notes tonight. I'm going to be editing, and so after I'm done drawing this, I'm going to edit everything up and send it off to the printers tonight.
She's like, "I don't like this purple monster. Oh, take that out."
Ace is calling me a boomer. He's not wrong.
Should we show a Joe Ball page?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Ace
Double
is the
page
king
spread.
of Ace is the king of boomers when it comes to streaming, so he would know.
Nice.
Nice.
Jeez.
That's like right in the center of the book too. It's awesome.
You guys
Epic.
should see the black and whites of that. Like I literally was starting to feel like something was going wrong with my heart trying to draw that fire.
Oh,
I had an
man.
aneurysm looking at the black and whites.
You could do a black and white.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say you could do a black and white Lost Pages. That would, I'm sure people would buy it.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
The line art books they do well sometimes. It's strange. It's one of those things where you see a lot of demand for it, but it doesn't necessarily always add up in terms of sales. I think when people get to the Indiegogo pages, they realize they got to like make a decision, and sometimes
yeah.
the color copies kind of outweigh it. But I always like to have the option personally. Like I like to give people the option of line art versions or color versions when
I would
possible.
love to do I think that's something cool to do like in the future, like maybe when we do like the Lost Pages 3, like have an option to have the first one line art variants. I think that would be cool to see in like Butch Cleaver too. I would love a black and white Butch Cleaver.
Thanks, man.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. I like your black and white stuff a lot, especially on the Butch Cleaver
thanks.
stuff. Yeah, it's excellent work, man. I mean, I think we're all as artists in a constant state of learning. Like you never really get to a point where you feel 100% satisfied. But yeah, I'd say you're definitely on the right track. You've got a lot of good detail work, and the brutality you bring is fun to look at.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
that's really cool.
Really appreciate it.
Well, I say
Means a lot
everybody's excited
coming
about everybody's excited about that Mothman piece. I'm like, yeah, Matt
Yeah.
Burke did it. They're like, oh, cool. And they're like, I had explained, that's who Matt Burke was, and they're like, oh, Butch Cleaver. Like, damn, it's pretty good. I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
right.
No one knows his real name.
I'm bad with that. Like, I was calling Doodlebags by his name, and everybody's like, nobody knows who he is, Shane. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
the guy called him Doodlebags. I was like, trying to be professional about it and calling people by their names, but apparently we just go by our, kindergarten.
Just
names.
use your
Internet
Twitter
personality.
handle.
Yeah.
I just came up with a name for a YouTube channel and where I wanted to review metal movies and brewskis. So that's basically why I use it all the time. So people might go over and check out my channel or something. One day I plan on doing something with it, bigger, hopefully, something like this.
You did a review for Magic Hop. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Paired it
Oh,
with
thanks, man.
paired it with a nice beer.
Oh yeah.
Matt, let me
Hell,
ask
I don't even know what the hell I'm doing.
what is your what's one of your favorite metal bands? Because I doubt there's just one favorite.
Oh yeah, I don't have one favorite, but Amon Amarth's one of them.
Okay.
I like what they're doing right now. I like a lot of the Scandinavian stuff a lot. But I don't discriminate on metal. I like to listen to different styles. You know, there's for every style of music, there's a style of metal. It seems like.
There are 10,000 metal subgenres. It's ridiculous at a certain point. It's cool though, because I mean, you do get like, it's one of the few music genres where you get a lot of variety, and it's strange because it's there's things I thought when I was younger, because I've been playing, you know, me and Shane have been jamming and doing music and stuff like that since we were
Here's
teenagers.
Joe's excuse to get his guitar out.
Oh, I'm not getting any guitars out, brother. It's too much work. But
yeah,
I always liked a certain amount of electronic music. Like I've always been a sucker for techno and electronic stuff as well, because a lot of it was fast. Like, and that was the simple reason. I enjoyed really fast paced music. And I realized not too long ago, like there was a whole phase of like weird crossover, like metal electronic type stuff, like around right as the MySpace era was kind of coming to an end. But I totally missed out on that, and like I've just now been finding bands like Attack and you know, all these kind of cheesy groups that they looked emo, but they played metal, but they used auto tune, but they had club beats. Like it was all very strange music. You got these guys screaming metal songs and playing these heavy riffs, and then all of a sudden you feel like you're in a club. There's something for everything when it comes to metal.
Oh, for sure. And I
listen to Powerwolf. Powerwolf's still my main one.
Awesome.
Powerman 5000.
No, we don't talk about them here, Phil.
Powerwolf. No, not Power Man.
Rob Zombie's little brother.
Not that stupid shit.
Yeah, I prefer Rob Zombie.
Power Man's all right. They're okay. I don't mind them.
I was listening to this band called Raunchy today. They got they're like
this guy getting.
They're pretty fun.
Raunchy.
They're from Denmark.
Tonight, fellas, we were wanting to incorporate the Mothman theme and the cryptids and the supernatural and all that kind of stuff. We were going to talk about like experiences we may have had in life or strange ongoings that we may have experienced. Does anybody have any cool stories? Anyone like to start off? Yay or nay?
Specifically cool story, about the Mothman?
Not the Mothman specifically, but anything supernatural or cryptic or odd experiences you may have had in terms of you know, ghosts or things you may have seen in the woods or anything spooky to that nature.
I just had sleep paralysis.
Aaron is a ghost story.
Sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis, from what I've heard, can be pretty scary.
Just one time I had it, but other than that, I haven't had. And I heard someone like pass away in the house. It was a condo I was living in with my family back in high school, and I woke up in the middle of the night and I couldn't move. My little brother was laying next to me, and I was yelling at him, and he couldn't hear me or nothing. I couldn't scream, and that was the only thing that I can think of that was kind of crazy to me.
Shane, your parents had some pretty strange
man,
woods on their
my
property.
Parents were fucking. Well, I think it goes beyond the property because we used to live in a little small town, Sabina, which JB, you know where that's at. But
yeah,
little town. My parents they have like they got obsessed with like Native American stuff ever since I was a little kid. So cool. You know they do the whole ritual stuff and all that. I was the kid that had like teepees in his. Huh? Yeah, man. Ritual? Dude, you have no fucking clue, dude. There's a reason I went with Mothman, man. Fucking Ohio. That's what we do. We do crazy shit, I guess. But I was a kid that had like teepees in his backyard, and my mom would get up in the morning and like go out there and do the pray to the corners of the world and all that weird shit. You know, the whole sage and yeah. That's what my parents did. So I think they summoned some weird shit or something because when I was a kid, man, that old house was really haunted. And then we moved out into the country when I was in about about 5th grade. So I don't know, how old are you? About 12 then, maybe somewhere around there. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, and 10, 12, somewhere in that
somewhere
range.
around there, whatever 5th grade is. So yeah, about 5th grade. And I was a kid. I had like really long hair, whole Native American weird shit. But yeah, moved out there. And yeah, the shit just continued to haunt me, man. I thought it would end, but I think my parents were into some weird shit, man. You know, I don't know. Most people are worried about their parents having sex behind doors. I'm worried about mine like summoning fucking demons and shit.
Jesus.
Well,
Wow.
you know, here in Ohio, when people talk about Native Americans, I like to refer to that as flea market culture because there's an abundance of Chinese-made Native American junk at our flea markets to an extreme degree.
Mm-hmm.
It's not on your head, Ace. It's not on your head.
Ace.
You know, when I was growing up, I didn't have tons of like strange experiences or anything, but we did have a house I lived in down in Dayton, Ohio for a little bit. And I'm pretty like it's tough when you're little because as you get older, you question whether, you know, if your memories are accurate or if you really saw what you think you saw or things like that. But
Right.
I remember seeing a few things kind of move around on their own, like just inanimate objects just kind of float or move. And to this day, I've never been 100% sure about it. Like I conferred with my brother once because he was there.
I try to say your brother, wasn't he? Like, yeah, man, your brother saw some shit.
Yeah, he saw some strange things too. So I at least had like somebody to back me up a little bit on it. But yeah, it's in Ohio. There's so many little odd spots and weird places, and especially with Fort Ancient and the Snake Mounds and stuff. You hear weird
Serpent
stories
Mound.
about weird things about the woods and whatnot all the time. Now I do love the stories from the guys that are talking about going out to the woods and you clack a tree with some sticks and you'll get a response back from the Bigfoots. And like I always tell my wife I'm going to try that whenever we're like in Hocking Hills or something. She's like, "Don't do it. What if you hear a sound back?" I'm like, "Easy. I'm going to freak out and we're all going to run to the car." It's pretty simple.
It's the woods. Like these guys, they made there's that TV show on, I don't know if it was on Discovery Channel or whatever it was on, where they had the Bigfoot, whatever. It'd be like going towards the evening and they'd be out there smacking trees with sticks. Then something would respond back. I'm like, well, yeah, it's the time of the night when deer start moving around more. And you got night critters are starting to come alive. I'm like, yeah, the shit's going to fall the trees. And I mean, like I say, I grew up with 9.5 acres of woods. Shit falls out of the tree all night long if you spend the night in it. And, you know, just because you have different animals doing different things. And I don't know, the Bigfoot thing. I'm not saying that Bigfoot's fake, but just those shows where they go out there and just slap sticks, just the stupidest thing.
You guys believe in Bigfoot?
I don't know. It's like I do and I don't. Like I don't in the sense of I've never seen anything, but like at the same time, I don't want to discount that there could be some apish like creature, being that our planet's covered in very similar things. You know, it's not beyond the realm of possibility.
Absolutely. I believe in Bigfoot. I definitely believe in Bigfoot. I think it exists. Like you were saying, Shane, with the acreage that you had, things are going on at night, moving around, and if he's out there or whatnot, you're not going to know. He's not going to let you. He's going to be sitting there watching you, spying on you. And I don't, there's so many places that we can't even go. I just think it's out there. It's possible. There's too many people. I mean, not all of it could be baloney. You know what I mean? There's got to be some facts to it. I know there's
every culture.
That too.
Yeah, every culture has a Bigfoot story, so that has to count for something.
Yeah, like the Yeti. I saw something on the National Geographic about that a little ways back, where they tried to find the fur, and it's at this monastery in Tibet, and the fur, what they said might have been human hair, but it was supposed to be the scalp of a Yeti. It's up there. It's like really like holy, and can't touch it.
Holy be thy Yeti. Oh. I once had a beer called Yeti Piss. It was terrible.
There is a Bigfoot beer, actually.
There's a bunch. There's a Yeti.
You can find it at you can find it. Oh, Jungle Gyms, JB. If you go there,
Oh.
find you some Yeti booze.
Oh, dude, Jungle Gyms has everything. You can buy a live piranha and watch them butcher it.
It's
Like-
true.
like they have literally giant aquariums with like fish in it. You can
Yeah.
get your fish direct right there. Some of you guys, if you're not from around or if you haven't been to Cincinnati, we have these. It's not really a chain store. There's like 2 or 3 of them, but they're not outside of the area really. It's called Jungle Gyms, and it's this giant store that stocks food from all over the planet. So it's a lot of people just go there because it's a neat place to go to. It's like it's almost like a theme park. Like they have all kinds of entertainment and fun things to do, but it's essentially like a Sam's Club size place that's filled with every food you can possibly think of from all over the planet. So it's interesting because you also see people from all over the place in there. So you'll be amongst every it's you want to see true diversity, go to Jungle Gyms and you'll see everyone getting along just fine because we're all getting the food that we're used to eating, no matter where you're from.
Oh, I got so much stuff to pick from, man.
It's overwhelming. It's like one of those things where you don't go there to grocery shop unless you're a foreigner. If you're from the States, you're just going there to look at it. You're like, oh my
it's like
God,
Disney
this
World
place
for
is
food.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. Like, I mean, they got like I'm a sucker for candy, so like their whole candy section's like going to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah,
So many different.
We were trick or treating last night. I took my dog. Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
Go ahead, brother.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was trying to take my daughter trick or treating, and there's nobody out there, and there's one lady down the street. So I took her down there, and then they're like, "Well, why don't we take her over by the college?" So we drove over by Long Beach City College over here in California, and there's just a couple like random. We pull up like some haunted front lawns, and yeah, just getting candies right there, man. And it's crazy, like just going out there. And yesterday felt like more like Halloween, the actual day, than any Halloween I've had. It was like a Halloween without candy. I woke up and went to work in the morning at 4 a.m. It was just fog on the freeway, man. Just complete fog. You couldn't see nothing. And then it was a full moon. And then when I got to work, there was this guy like on bath salt, and he was just like like a zombie, straight up like a zombie. And then I'm back there working, like an hour later, and then I see him, and he's coming through the door, and he's just like, and it was crazy, man. I had to like kind of get him out of the store, but crazy Halloween yesterday.
Dang.
I watched
yeah, we have oh good.
I watched a movie last night. Might have you heard of it? Ernest Scared Stupid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
1991.
I've been
Yeah.
looking for that, man. I can't find it. It's a good one.
With the Miak.
Yeah.
Ernest goes to jail. Ernest
Ernest goes to jail.
He
Ernest
saved Christmas.
saves Christmas, and Ernest goes to camp, and then the Halloween one. There's like the classic ones right there.
Yeah, those there's a box set that my girl got, so we watched that one.
Yeah, I gotta get that shit. I used to watch that all the time when I was a kid, and
Oh,
he used to. There's this like auto square where I'm at. It's the Cerritos Auto Square, and it's the biggest auto sales spot in the world. And he used to do commercials for him like all the time back in the day. Jim Varney, Chupacabra.
I guess he used to. He was a smoker, and since he didn't want kids, we were little kids then, so he didn't want us to know that he smoked. So like on set and stuff, he would hide the fact that he smoked, which I never knew. I never knew he smoked until
I mean, his
years
voice.
and years later. You could, yeah. But as a kid, you didn't really.
That's insanity to me because like I need cigarettes and I can't imagine at this point in life like trying really hard to hide it from anybody. It's like you don't understand it. This is the one thing in life that keeps me like partially normal.
Especially on set.
Yeah. Like how do you do? I was just telling Aaron the other night, like if I had to go back to a regular day job and not draw, my biggest dictate is can I smoke while I'm working? And if the answer is no, count me out. I'm not going to do it because like it's the only thing that makes me not lose my mind after a while. So
how's that Connery picture going? How's that Connery picture going?
Phil,
Oh, mine?
yeah,
you.
Sorry.
Indiana.
The only guy drawing.
Indiana.
Oh,
That is cool.
She's good. She's gonna be in a martini glass.
Oh, gotcha.
That looks
What the
cool, man.
fuck are we looking at?
I like
No.
that.
I'm just being nice and saying it's cool. It's not really.
It'll look better in a little bit.
It's misogynistic and it needs to go.
They just got off air. Sim's still dead, and the stream's gonna still be going until he goes in there and shuts it off.
You think
Did
he
he
fell
fall
asleep or
asleep?
something?
Yeah.
He was
I hope he's
on the
alright.
stream. I don't know. Maybe his power went out. He's having that issue.
You guys go to that Mothman? Oh, sorry.
Very good.
I was saying, Shane, you go to that Mothman festival sometimes?
Yeah, I go every year except for this one since they had the COVID thing. But they did still have the my buddy I work with. He went up there for his vacation and said that the museum was still open and the stores and stuff. So
Oh my.
so
wanna
I
go
don't
out
know.
there, man.
Oh, it's awesome. It's actually kind of nice, like if you go off season as well, because then you don't have like the festival. I mean, the festival's cool, but I mean it's like a small town festival. You know, you got food trucks and everybody selling Mothman cookies to pizza and stuff like that. So I mean that part's cool. But if you go during the off season, you know, you don't have to worry about like people cramming the statue. And then the thing about that whole area is I didn't know this until my first visit up there. There used to be a big. It was known for a giant battle, like pioneers and Indians. There's Chief Cornstalk, I guess, like something about his son, I think, was captured, and he came forth, and then I think they killed both of them. But when he was dying, he put a 200-something year curse on the land, but they got this whole wall, this whole mural that goes all the way down the side of like the town of just paintings, and they actually got more than just a Mothman statue. They have statues of Cornstalk, and they've added some new ones. I can't think who they are. You can also go. You can see the bunkers if you want, the TNT bunkers. My first or second year I went, my dad, my mom, and my girlfriend at the time, we all you can take like a bus like tour, but I mean, what that's not fun. So we just drove down there and found them ourselves. Now, this is before, I guess one of them blew up a couple of years ago, so they might be a little bit more weary of how to get to them now. I don't know, because some of them still have some active TNT in them.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's really cool if you can go in the ones that actually blew up. It looks like something out of like a video game, man. It's cool as shit.
Yeah, that looks awesome, and I think there's like catacombs down there too, right? Like on the government.
I think so. Yeah.
Alleged that possibly a Mothman could have lived in there at some point. Something along those lines.
The Mothman thing was kind of newer to me. Like I had heard about it a little bit just from like the movie and all that kind of stuff, but I didn't really know anything about it till Shane had talked to me about it some years ago, and I was like, yeah, it's just I never paid a whole lot of attention to the the cryptoid animals and all that kind of stuff that there's a lot of lore for. Like I knew about Yetis and Bigfoot, but that was about like the extent of it. Most of the stuff I was into was more like government level conspiracy and things like that.
I mean,
not so much.
I've always obviously been in the Mothman thing and some of the cryptids, but I didn't really get too interested in it until about a year or two ago, actually, when Bart from work decided he wanted to do a podcast, and we kind of was like, well, we want to do a podcast about, and he said, let's do cryptic. So we've been doing this podcast thing about cryptics for a little bit before COVID hit. And so I'm probably just going to take it from there and try to do these. I don't know if are we going to shoot for Sundays, JB? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll just kind of do whatever till we find a spot that works for us. Or, everyone else just goes on whenever they feel like it. I'm fine with that too. So
yeah, man. I mean, I can only go like Thursdays and Sundays half time anyway. I mean, that's my days off. So
yeah,
working nights. Sundays probably my go-to for the most part. But I like to maybe cover like a creature every other week or so. I'll dig up something and just look into a different cryptid. Because I mean, once we start getting into it, there's a lot of shit out there. My favorite. I can't think of it now because it's been a while since I've done the show. But I can't think what country it is. But it actually has like a sandworm, where the natives talk about like this worm that come up and like shoot acid on people and melt them and eat them. Whoa. And
damn,
yeah,
like
man.
Mando. Sounds like
yeah,
Mando.
yeah. So I was like, holy shit, there's a real life Tremors out there somewhere. Yes.
No, yes, Tremors is terrifying.
Where's the pinky?
Hey, Sim. Sim's still alive. We're good.
What else?
Yay.
Yeah, he just jumped in because I was still in there, and the guys had left the just for the stream to keep running. And Sim jumps in like 3 minutes after they leave, and he said there was a fire down the block, and the fire
Oh.
department shut off all the power to the
Wow.
street.
That sucks, man.
Yeah.
That Mothman. I watched the. I heard about it, the Richard Gere movie back in the day when it came out, and I thought it was interesting. I don't remember how old I was. I don't know if I was a teenager or what. Never watched it. A few years back, no, maybe about 10 years back, I watched the movie. I thought it was cool. I vaguely watched it. Then about 2 years back, I rented it from Netflix because I had the mail away, and at the time, and I watched it, and I was really interested in it, and it inspired me in some ways. Then I saw your book that you were doing, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy this book. It looks fucking awesome. I like what they're doing with the MothMan. It looks different, you know. And then when you had talked to me about the piece, I did some research on it, and I watched like probably 11 documentaries on YouTube about him. And it's crazy, man. There's theories that they saw the Mothman at the World Trade Center. There's all these theories that the Mothman popped up before all this fucked up shit happened, and he was like a premonition in a lot of different ways. So I was just all that, and then the whole grave. And I saw a Ball's piece with the graveyard scene, and that just reminds me of the inception of the whole the sighting started, you know. And it's creepy, man. It's really creepy. And the dog, you know about the dog that ran off, and then when they started racing, that was the creepiest part probably for me. It was when the race started with the dog.
This one Ace comes in with the dog comment. I know it's going to happen. He loves to talk about my dog being eaten by the Mothman or something.
No, it'd be horrible.
So what's the link between 9/11 and Mothman? I have to know what, like, did someone think they saw him near the buildings, or what's the story there?
The
Allegedly-
terrorist rode Mothman into the building.
It's fake news.
Yeah, I guess
Aaron,
someone
you're
said-
fake. You're fake news.
I'm the real Diaz, bro.
On to us.
Go ahead though, Matt. What's the story on that?
Well, I guess allegedly someone said they saw him, like someone in the building said they saw like the Mothman or something like that. And then there was another like I think there was like a power plant or something like that burned down somewhere else in the world. I think it was Japan or maybe Russia. It was on, again, if you look for Mothman out there, there's tons and tons of YouTube videos. You know, a lot of them you're gonna gather the same information. They're gonna talk about corn stalk and whatnot, but there's a lot, and it's very fruitful, and there's a wellspring of fun things about it.
I'll tell you something that spooked me out, and it kind of interrelates to just weird things you might see in nature or in the woods, or a Mothman or anything like that, or a Bigfoot. Was I'd started to see some of those stories about like random stairwells and stairways just in the middle of the woods that weren't connected to anything, and they weren't part of like an old home or anything like that. Like some of them were brand new and made of like modern stuff, and that's strange to me too. Like, because in my imagination, I like to think that like this weird stairwell that's just in the middle of the woods is like an entry point for these weird, creepy, interdimensional
I was trying to bring up
critters.
I never heard of those. That's pretty cool.
It's odd because I remember seeing things like that as a kid, because in Southern Ohio, at least 60% of your childhood is spent in the woods, and you see things like that, but you don't know it doesn't ring as odd because it looks like there was something once there. Like you always just assume this had to have connected to something. But then you start to see other people getting photos from all over the place in Ohio and Kentucky and West Virginia, where there's brand new like steel and carpeted stairways just in the middle of the woods for no reason. And you see, and sometimes people go back to those locations and it's just not there anymore.
That's crazy. It's almost like another entity from another dimension is forming this stairwell with said items in our realm to get that stairwell created so it could come in. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and there's some too that are like just right beside bodies of water and not anything big enough for like a large boat. I'm talking like creeks that just have a giant stairway just sitting right against it. And nobody knows why it's there. Nobody knows who built it. There's nothing, no inclinations of where it came from.
That's a book right there. Sorry, but it is.
I've kind of thought that. I've kind of formulated my own little ideas for that of, you know, old school witches conjuring shit in the woods from you know, and they come through this portal that's at the top of
the good thing is too, we decide we also plan on I think I'm breaking up. Sorry. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we actually have plans to bring cryptic creatures into the world of ours as well. So people's been asking me, is it a one shot? Do we plan on doing other cryptics? And the answer is no, it's not a one shot. And yes, we're going to actually intertwine to where they're all in the same universe. Is the goal.
Awesome.
Sweet, man. That's awesome.
I've never put a whole lot of stock into it, but have you guys ever heard the stories of?
See if Matt's heard this one yet.
Of weird critters washing up on the shores near like Montague Island?
I've heard of weird critters washing up around the world, but not on specifically Montague Island.
Yeah, I saw that one. Wasn't it like dead raccoon or something?
Well, that's the thing. It usually just looks like a half degraded dog, so it's hard to take it seriously.
Freaky picture.
It's like, yeah, it looks weird, but anything looks weird when it's been rotting for a week. So it's hard to put much stock in it. But you know, Montague just has so much weird association with it, anyways, that it's an easy story to at least enjoy, even if there's no truth to it. It's entertaining.
I hear it because my brother listens to all this stuff all the time. He'll go on cryptid trips and pull up YouTubes of people telling videos about their encounters. So he's really into that.
There's this one YouTube channel I used to watch a lot. It's pretty scary. It's called Lazy Masquerade. It's like this British dude that just talks about these stories. This the scary stories. He'll do quick videos. And I was just watching it, you know, like, oh man, there's no video here. It's just a dude talking in a British accent. But I start drawing, and I'm hearing the video. I'm hearing it. And now all the pictures are popping up in my head of what he's speaking about. And I'm getting scared, you know.
Yeah.
But he did like this special where it was a U.S. road trip where he had like 1,000 people write into him, and he used actual people's life experiences as scary stories. And some of them are legitimate because they actually had serial killers, and some of them that got like put away. Like there was this one guy in Alaska that hunted all these people, and he would fly around in this plane and drop them off, and he would hunt them. And they made a movie about it actually with John Cusack where he was a killer. And but yeah, check out Lazy Masquerade, man. There's some crazy shit, and a lot of it has to do like the real stories. I know I'm going off a little bit here, but a lot of the real stories are like hitchhikers, like trying to pick people up off the road, like in Arkansas and out in the middle of the morning. Oh, come on over here, you know what I mean? And there's some scary ones, man. Scary stuff.
I've got a hitchhiker story, but it's not scary. I was working out in Colorado. We were about 20 miles outside of Aspen in this little town called Carbondale, and we were working up in the Rockies building a cabin for a client, and you would see hitchhikers all the time, but they were people packing like tons of camping gear and stuff. You didn't really feel like you had to pick them up, but you know, you could tell they were prepared. They knew what they were doing. They were outdoorsy people. But me and my older brother, because he was the foreman and I was working for him, we were driving up to the work site one day because it took like an hour just to get to the work site. And we passed this guy that looked exactly like Jesus. And I was like, did you see that dude? He looked exactly like Jesus. And my brother's like, you know what? Let's go pick him up just in case. And I was like, right on. So we went back, and he even had a shirt on with like a scripture on it and everything. And I was just like,
that's me pulling the knife.
Yeah. Well, no, we were a little cautious. We were like, yo, hop in the bed of the truck, and there's Mountain Dew in the cooler if you want something to drink. But yeah, the only hitchhiker we ever picked up because he looked exactly like a 30-year-old Jesus Christ. So
Now, did you see this mermaid documentary Anthony's talking about? If it's what I'm thinking of, it happened. I mean, it's been a couple of years, right?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
I remember
My
watching that when it
brother-in-law
came out.
watched it. Yeah, my brother-in-law watched it, and he thought he like watched the whole thing and he like came in and told us how it was real and all this stuff. It was hilarious.
Well, that was before like Discovery really was doing fake shit. You know, I remember they advertised it. They tried to advertise it like it was going to be real. And when you start watching it, you're like, oh, this is pretty sweet. But then, obviously as it went along, you're like, has to be bullshit. This be all over, world news by now. They would have been waiting for a Discovery documentary,
Yeah.
But it was done well. I mean, it's kind of shady for Discovery to just have to make up shit just to get ratings now, I guess.
It's all manatees.
Well, Anthony's from New Orleans, so I bet he's got some whack stories from down there.
Voodoo shit.
Probably does.
Yeah. Anthony,
cool
you've got the
voice,
link, dude. You can hop in if you want. Tell us some spooky ass voodoo shit.
Yeah, I was trying to share a Mothman thing, but it kind of froze up on me. But I guess there's 2 sightings now in Chicago of Mothman. I thought there was only the one. I heard something about like a woman seeing a guy who she thought was in a trench coat but ended up being the Mothman. Like he spread his wings out and flew. And that's an article. That was you.
Yeah.
It wasn't Mothman. It was just Jay Cutler.
Well, I guess the second one.
Okay, sorry, that's football humor.
The second one was a pilot.
The airport, I think, right?
Yeah. That's the article I was trying to bring up, but it kind of froze on me. But
yeah, it was a few years ago. Someone saw. I think it was the people working at O'Hare Airport saw something. Some shit.
Did anything bad happen, or was it just a sighting?
No, I think was he taking off, Phil? Like, was he flying? Like
I think he was flying.
Yeah, he saw the Mothman like sitting on something, and he had to like take a second glance, and I can't remember if it flew off or if it just sat there and looked at him.
Just pooped and flew away.
Yeah, you know how there's always like weird associations around these like cataclysmic events, whether it's like a Mothman sighting or anything to that nature. But I've found I remember back when I first kind of started to stumble across conspiracy type stuff, like in the early 2000s. Actually, even earlier than that, I was listening to like Coast to Coast AM, but I didn't really take it seriously. But
all right, that's enough passion. Passion's trying to start trouble.
Oh, that's what he's good at. But like in 9/11, how people would like say that you could see like demon and skull faces in the clouds, or like the smoke clouds rolling out. Like obviously you can find shapes in anything when you're talking a cloud, but or a poof of smoke. But I've always found it interesting that there's all these little things around these cataclysmic events that just give you the feeling there was something more evil there beyond just people with bad intentions causing trouble.
Yeah, and it's weird, man. Like even now, I think they were talking about on Joe Rogan about like how the U.S. government is working with someone that said that they found some element that wasn't from this world or something like that. You guys familiar hearing about that headline or something?
No.
I remember some stuff about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was called Gorilla Glue Marijuana.
That's very much from this world.
I guess it was like a UFO or something, and like they admitted it, the government basically, and everyone's just like, like everyone kind of knows anyway, and it's 2020, so they don't even give a fuck,
That's sad, man. They can come out with all the evidence now, and the way the world works now.
Yeah, we're just like, yep.
Yeah, it'd be cool for a week. That's the sad truth about it, man. It is perfect time.
Yeah, before it would have been like the end of the world, but now it's they come out and they're like, there's actually an alien walking around town right now, and you're like, yeah, figures.
Yeah, there be girls out there doing like duck lips and chatting with it, taking pictures with it.
Yeah. Can I get a picture?
You guys believe in the chupacabra? You guys ever hear about the chupacabra down in South America, Mexico?
You know, the only thing I didn't really care much about chupacabra until did you see that video with the cop like chasing like the one that was going down the road and it kept turning around and you can see it's like that long big face of it.
Yep.
To me, that's probably the best evidence that I've seen. I thought, okay, because most of the time it's always like a manged ass fucking coyote that's half dead. Some old lady's like poking with a stick. She's like, look, this chupacabra I got, and it's like, please kill me, you know, kind of video.
I adhere to the I don't believe in tales from drunk Mexicans. That's how I treat the chupacabra. Yeah. Even though Ace wants to tell me how it's not Mexican, I'm like, well, Puerto Rican, South American, it's all the same thing, brother.
But if you get a chance, check out that video with the cop footage. Where
I will. I'm not familiar with 5 years ago, dude. So.
I watched it like 5 years ago, and like,
is it like body cam footage?
It's straight up like car footage, like from the cop car camera footage, and he's just like running on the road, and it's a straight up. You're looking at the anatomy of it, and I haven't seen anybody like discredit it yet or anything, you know, because you know, like you know, we're talking cryptics, and sometimes I'm doing deep dives on character design or monster design, and I want to think about something for a story element, or just I want to sit outside and drink a beer and barbecue a steak and draw some chupacabras or something, and I want to get some factual, like, you know, anything I can get. So I've seen that, and I was just like, wow, this is kind of cool. It looked like a donkey deer.
A donkey deer.
Yeah, it's so weird looking, man. It's because its head is so huge.
Yeah,
compared to its body.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So,
I'm literally horrified right now. You guys have me shaking.
It would have been nice if the cop went back and got like the tracks and stuff.
Yeah, that would have been crazy, man.
But I'm sure he probably wasn't thinking too much of it when it was happening.
Did the cop see it, or was it like in the background?
He was just following. He was tailing it.
Yeah, he was following it.
It's right up in front of him. He's just following it, and I'm like, is that like just like a deformed deer or a deformed animal, or you know? And it got me thinking about the whole because I was watching a lot of movies a few years back, and I'm really fascinated about the Beast of Gévaudan, and I'm sure you know about that, Shane. About
Sounds
the first,
French.
yeah,
which one
about the Beast of Gévaudan. Gévaudan is a region in France, I guess. I'm not French, but that's something like it's pronounced something like that. And it's
the Beast of blah 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 blah. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And
it's just Sim.
Ask Sim. Sim knows about it probably. And this region where there's this wolf that was killing all these people. It killed like 120 people, and King Louis had to send in all these hunters to go and kill it. And they made a movie about it called Brotherhood of the Wolf. And
I've seen that movie. Yeah.
Pretty fun, dude. That's a fun movie.
That's a good movie.
And man, it's they think that this guy had like it's a whole thing like the Mothman, you know, but there was a lot of people that died, you know what I mean? And a lot of people think it was this dude that had a menagerie that was basically breeding different animals, you know, and one of the animals got out.
Oh, good.
Oh, sorry, that was pretty much it.
Well, what's the I want to say it's like a Bigfoot. It almost reminds me of the Beast from Beauty and the Beast in the sense, the way it was described. But there's a monster that Roosevelt actually hunted. The president.
Not the skunk ape, right?
No, not the skunk ape. Damn, I wish I could remember the name of it.
Brandon loves the skunk ape.
But yeah, there's like an actual cryptic monster that Roosevelt hired people to hunt, and even during his presidency, after a while, he had people like guarding the forest and stuff. I have to look back into that. It's been a minute. That one's definitely foggy.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah, if you get a chance, just check out like Roosevelt and cryptics. I'm sure that'll probably should pop up something in the realm of that creature.
It was a point where I wanted to make a comic book about Teddy Roosevelt, where he went around and he hunted things, and I came up with the design, and then I found out someone else did it, and I seen the guy at a convention, the creator, and I'm like, hey man, I actually came up with a similar idea, and he said, oh cool, then I hope you got your lawyer because my buddy did it. I'm like, oh no, I'm just saying it, you know, like, but yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. He's basically Bruce Wayne, bro. If you look into his comparison with with Batman. There's a lot of like with those two.
You guys want to see my drawing?
Yeah, let's see it, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's get a look at
let's
it.
see. I guess you kind of win tonight, right? Since the stream went down.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's
pretty
cool,
good,
man.
dude. Actually came out pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
a cool
it.
concept. Martini.
I would say it's better than Aaron's AF series.
No.
Yeah, not
All
bad.
right, I got a ways to go.
It's not possible.
I actually got that movie right here, dude. Brotherhood of the Wolf. This is it.
Oh yeah.
You wanna look at it?
You know, I think I'm the only person that didn't really care that Sean Connery died, and I don't mean that in a heartless way. I mean it in a way of like, I don't know the guy, so I don't have any emotional attachment to him because I don't know him.
Didn't
But,
you see when he was slapping women? That was the best part.
Yeah, well,
Sometimes.
my point is like even my mom sent me a text last night, like at 2 a.m. that was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe Sean Connery's dead." And I'm like, "What? Like, Mom, you've never cared about one dead celebrity once?" Like, it was just a strange thing where I was like, I must just like not have feelings anymore or something because everyone else seems to be pretty broken up. Yeah. Well, that's how you got to be, man.
It's not a shocking.
That means there's one more.
It's not
One more is gonna
shocking
go.
because he was 90. So
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at
Yeah,
least he
he
died
died
at a
in the
good
Bahamas
age.
in his
I
sleep.
mean,
And in his sleep, and in
I mean,
Bahamas. Fuck, I'd love to go out like that.
we-
I mean, I'm gonna live to be
we can
110
only hope to
or
live to be
something.
90. Yeah.
Yeah.
Average like Mel is what 60s and to 70s maybe for lucky.
70.
Yeah. James
be
Bond
100.
lived to 90.
I'll be 115 years old when I die. I just keep telling myself that. That way my brain
Now, who
just
was
tells
your-
my body that.
Who was your favorite Bond? I'm not the biggest Bond guy, so I grew up in the Pierce Brosnan.
I kind of like
era?
Pierce Brosnan. I like Brosnan, dude. I don't know why. I like
Yeah,
Goldeneye
I think
a
it's
lot,
because that's
bro.
my era.
Mm.
Yeah.
Roger
My
Moore.
favorite actually is Connery.
Mine's
All right,
Roger
we can
Moore.
Phil. Let's get Phil out of here.
Roger Moore
no.
is like the one that no one cares about.
That's not
Daniel
true.
Craig's cool too.
Dalton, no one cares about.
Daniel
Oh,
Craig's
yeah,
not
License
too bad, I guess. I
Yeah,
feel
that
like the
Casino
movies
Royale.
are kind of like a slow pace though.
Yeah, Daniel
they're
Craig
kinda
sucks.
It's not that I don't think Daniel Craig's a good Bond or not. It's just I just think the movie is pacing.
Yeah, they're
Not so
kind of
much
slow.
him.
I think he's
Yeah.
a bad Bond.
I mean, let's
Isn't
face it, the
there
best part of the
another
first one.
one being made right now?
Yeah.
I think someone else is the new Bond. I forgot someone else signed up. Or
I'm
they
excited
cast-
for Tom Hardy to do Bond.
Yeah, Tom Hardy. It's gonna be Bond.
Look what Anthony wrote.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes Sean Connery has to smack a bitch.
Like,
I
like
slap
God
you.
can't do
I
anything
slap
about it. He's
you.
like, well, it's Sean Connery. What do you want from me?
Yeah, I agree
Highlander.
with
Wants a
Ace.
good slap.
Ace says Craig doesn't play Bond. He plays a wannabe Jason Bourne. Yeah, there's no spy
Yeah,
suaveness to Daniel Craig.
Yeah, Matt Damon's my favorite Bond.
Well, they kind of took the gadgets away when he came
Yeah.
into it. It feels like.
Yeah.
It feels like they took away that the gadget feel. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
They took his dick away.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I agree.
That's gonna be probably the
Reboot.
next one.
But the next one's gonna suck, and then the one after that's gonna be good. So give it another 15 years.
Probably.
Yeah, we're the next 10, 15 years, guys. We're gonna be able to write some comics. That's all I gotta say.
Well, I think they're probably go the Doctor Who route, where the next they're go James Bond female, kind of like how Doctor Who went female. I assume that's probably
They were talking about doing that, like doing a female Bond.
I don't
and
think they're
everyone
doing
got
it anymore.
pissed.
They got a Tom Hardy now, I think, right?
Okay.
Did they?
I don't
think
know. Was that
Yeah,
confirmed?
that's the rumor. Tom Hardy's going to do the next one. That's the rumor.
Should get him or
Rumor
that
has it.
Cavill or somebody. He does
Anybody
the
looking
man.
forward to his Venom 2 movie? Right? Is that
Yes.
Tom Hardy?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I'm pumped, dude. I want to see that in Morbius. Those are like the
Oh
two
yeah, I
movies.
forgot, Matt. I forgot you're actually one of the Venom fans. I remember seeing you on the stream where
Yeah, I love.
I think me and you's the only ones. I actually like it.
No, I
There's a lot of
like it.
people who-
It's a lot like
There's
the
a lot of people who
Fly.
hated it.
It's like the body horror. I like how he did the And then you watch the special features. There's a lot that they actually put around in the story in the background that relates to Brock. Like he's working out still. I know he's not like Brock Lesnar, Brock big, but he's still pretty big, And he's a good actor. Again, I like how he did the voices. I don't like. There's things I don't like about it, but it could have been a hell of a lot worse, I guess. And,
right, yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna. I got. It was a decent Venom movie. I got one before I died, so. Yeah.
I know that feeling. The older you get, you see
I
movies
only
come out like, I
watch-
can make it.
I-
Let me see this before I die.
I only do Hallmark channel, so
Man, my
if it's
girlfriend's
not on
obsessed with
Hallmark channel,
Hallmark.
I've never seen it.
I'm sitting here watching like your guys' streams, and my girlfriend's watching like Hallmark movies. Like she talks Christmas all day. I'm like,
Oh,
it's Halloween, man.
I watched Picture Perfect Christmas earlier, and the 12 Dates of Christmas.
That sounds like JB. thing.
Those
Joe, have you
those
seen
those
Snow
movies are so
Bride?
easy on the mind.
Have you seen Snow Bride? Yeah, that's a
No.
good one.
Yeah, the Hellboy
My
remake.
wife watches the Hallmark too.
Now I didn't mind the actual look of Hellboy because the actor's not bad. And
No, he did a great job.
Yeah, but just the script was definitely wonky.
Well, they have like Hellboy has a beginning and a middle and an end. They took the last chapter of the Hellboy story and they made it into a fucking movie and they rebooted it with the last chapter. You don't do that. You know what I mean? The director though is phenomenal, Neil Marshall, and then they were changing everything. Like they were arguing over every little thing. I think there was a bunch of producers on it. They probably should have just made it like that last Guillermo movie, but I guess they didn't want to do that. And there was a lot of drama in it. But I like some of the Mignola stuff they put in there. I like the Hellboy in Mexico fighting the little stuff right there, and some of the Mignola verse they put in there. But yeah, the movie.
Yeah,
was
when the actual monster showed up, like when Hell was released or whatever, I saw it in theaters. So it's been a minute, but that part was like, I was like, oh man, that's probably the best part for me.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. Dude, my wife, my buddies are like, oh, the ending, it's like death metal right there.
Yeah, the whole movie could have been that, and I would have been happy. They would just went right into that.
Yeah, man, I liked it, but yeah, I'm probably not going to see one for a while. It was the same thing with the Conan reboot with Momoa. I felt the same way. I followed that movie I was waiting for that one, and that movie had I even the director, I was like, that director was perfect. He did that Pathfinder movie with Carl Urban. It had a whole Frazetta look. The director was even into Frazetta. And check it out if you haven't seen Pathfinder. It's fucking awesome. It's like last
I got that movie. Yeah.
And then the movie came out. They had 16 producers on the Momoa movie, and it just was trash. Sorry.
Yeah, but, I remember seeing it. I think it was like one of the streams. I don't know if it was like Netflix or Hulu or something that came out, and I caught it on there, I think. But I don't even remember it. I was like, I watched it. I'm like,
Yeah, Pathfinder though, that was underrated. Like no one knows about that movie, but it's pretty good.
Nope. Yeah, I got that one here too. And there's a graphic novel for it too. I keep trying to buy it. They have it at this book off, but it's a badass movie. This is it right here, Pathfinder.
Yeah.
And that's Carl Urban versus Clancy Brown right there from Highlander fighting each other. So
it's pretty cool.
Get in there type shit.
Carl Urban's awesome.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Best Judge Dredd ever.
Best Judge Dredd. So check out that movie. The Vikings are very stylized. They got the horns on their helmets,
So what year did that come out? How old is that one?
This came out in 2007. 2007.
Oh, okay. Older.
It's a fun one. But yeah, they made a graphic novel with it while they were making the movie, and the graphic novel was almost like a storyboard for the movie. So it's very painterly, very Photoshoppy art. If you check it out, but it's definitely worth like $7 if you pick it up at a book off.
I don't think the movie really had a big budget, so for like what they had, they did really good with,
Yeah, and then Nispel just come off of the Texas Chainsaw remake. You know what I mean? And he did this, and then he did the Friday the 13th remake, and then he just kind of disappeared after Conan too. He did that. That was his other movie. I think he's a cool director. I like both those remakes a lot.
Did you like the Friday the 13th remake?
Oh yeah, I loved it.
I didn't mind it.
Favorite one out of all of them. He's like John Rambo in there. He's got tunnels all over Crystal Lake. He's a survivalist, a badass. You got Swamp Thing playing Jason. Can't go wrong.
That's a big guy. That was a big guy playing him. Yeah.
Big old Derek Mears.
Yeah, I liked it.
Which one is it?
I think I like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake a little bit better, but it's got a little more more story.
Oh
to it,
yeah,
though.
I like that way more than the remake and the beginning. I like that more than the old one. I know the other one's a cultural movement with Vietnam and yada yada, but I like the one. It's actually got the same director of photography as the original, or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The same guy that filmed the original one, filmed the remake, and I like R. Lee Ermey from Full Metal Jacket in there, dude. He's fucking awesome, bro.
Well, the thing I like about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre as a story in whole, anyways, it's kind of like the paranormal movies. There's always that possibility.
Oh
of,
yeah.
You got movies when you have the ghost, you're like, oh man, that could be some real shit. And then, but serial killers, we all know is real. So when they put you in that, like, man, can you imagine some big guy just picking you up and hanging you on a hook?
Dude,
I mean,
that dude played Lobo.
Scary shit.
That dude was in a Lobo fan film called a Paramilitary Christmas Special.
Andrew awesome. He played
that part with what's that hot chick that was in that movie? From Seventh Heaven.
Jessica Biel.
Yeah, I think it was. Did she? No, it might have been the other girl that was getting carried down the stairs, and she was like trying to grab the sides.
Oh
and
yeah,
her fingernails ripped off.
Brutal.
Oh man, I was like, oh, I could feel that. It was intense. Very intense moments in that.
You can see the new trailer for Halloween Kills.
The teaser.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw like a small. Did it show? Who's it? The old guy. God, I can't think of his name. Lucius. Was Lucius in that?
No, I don't think so.
Because like they play off Lucius. Lucius is dead, right? Like they play him off as he's dead.
Yeah, okay. It's like a weird like type of sequel, They did that with another franchise too. I forgot what it was, where they made like a sequel where you got to forget about the other sequel. Well, they're doing it with Terminator, but there was some other one too. I forgot. But
they just put the new Terminator on Hulu. I got through about 40 minutes of it. I haven't been able to finish it. I was kind of mad at the beginning of it when. Do you guys mind spoilers or no?
No, go ahead.
I actually just watched it. I just watched it for the first time this week.
Did you like it
though? Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like I didn't think it was like the best thing ever, but I liked it though.
Dude, I was so mad. Like right at the beginning, they just killed John Connor.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, that was weird.
Oh, yeah,
there was some. Of course, it's Terminator, so there's plot holes, but like there was a kind of like put a weird plot hole in.
It's like they just completed Terminator 2 and they're like, let's go on a Hawaiian vacation. And he's like drinking like a drink. He's like, hey mom, what's up? And then Terminator just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Boom. I don't know where the fuck I came from, but I'm disappearing again. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Did she go kill that one too? I don't fucking know. Maybe explained it later on, but
no, right they do. They explain it later on.
Okay, yeah. Right at the beginning, I was pissed. I was like, now some of the action scenes were pretty cool. Like the whole beginning with when the girl just comes in and rescues the new kind of John Connor girl, and they're going down the road and everything's exploding. But I still feel like that was Terminator 2. I mean, we saw that already. Arnold did that whole chase sequence, Yeah. But I don't know, man.
I wish they didn't kill him off. I kind of feel that they're too. Sarah and John are kind of.
I'm going to take off. I got to upload these files and send Lost Pages to the printers.
Yep.
But thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming, man.
Guys, make sure to check out Lost Pages.
Easy, Phil.
Yeah, hail the chat. See you guys later. Peace.
Later, brother.
Yeah, we'll probably wrap it up here. So I got to go work. I actually usually off Sundays, but I actually work tonight. I'm coming off vacation, so they made me work tonight.
a little cutback to what you were talking about earlier with Texas Chainsaw and everything. Like the one thing I really liked about the original Texas Chainsaw was I felt like I was watching a documentary. Like I felt like I was watching something that literally took place, and there just happened to be a guy there taping it. Like it's I think that's why the original always felt so scary and weird.
Yeah,
because it felt like a real event that.
Well, they try to play it off like it was real way back in the day. Like people literally legitimately thought it was based off a true story. I mean, we all know it's a little bit based off the Ed Gein or whatever, but
yeah, I think it's based off of like a true event, but there was like no chainsaw, and it like wasn't Texas. Like it's based on some like realism, but they like changed a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, because I remember when that movie, and I remember the whole Blair Witch thing, because those came out about the same time. Because Blair Witch kind of played off that, like, hey, if people believe in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, let's do this, and that being a big thing. And I mean, I went and saw it. I thought it was good for what it was. It was kind of the first of those kind of movies.
I thought Blair Witch was cool, especially like the way it was interesting the way they filmed it with satellites and using satellites to like find their locations, because the way they made the movie, there wasn't like really like a script.
Huh.
So
I didn't know
they did a lot of real scares on them. Like they threw them out in the woods, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna make a movie, and it's gonna be, you know, this Blair Witch movie and what we're gonna do is we're gonna like scare you guys and like try to react naturally to it. And they used satellites to like pinpoint their locations, so they knew like where they could do certain things. And it was an interesting way that they like filmed the movie.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't know it either.
Yeah, I seen the new one too.
Oh.
I kind of liked it a little bit.
What was the troll movie that came out? That it was foreign. Was it called Troll Hunter? Did you guys see that one?
Troll Hunter, the Norwegian one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty badass movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I love horror, man. I like all the styles of horror. You know what I mean? You got tag and hide and seek horror. You know, all the stuff.
What's up, Ashton Jackal?
Yeah,
your
too,
book's
man.
on the way, buddy. Everyone's books are on the way.
I can't wait. I'm pumped up for that book, man.
Yep, Aaron delivers.
I'm a little scared about the reception, so I'm in the nervous mode right now.
Yeah, me too, man. Don't you know? I feel the same way. You know what I mean? It's all good.
When does yours is in demand? Yeah, that's right. Sorry,
Matt, didn't you like mini publish yours in a certain way already, like earlier, or no?
Yeah, I did. I published the first 3 issues, and
yeah, I remember now.
I'm putting them all in.
You told us the story. Yeah. When you did that before, did people talk to you about it? Like, did you get feedback?
Yeah. People liked it, and I was just selling it at one store, and yeah, they told me to make some more, so I kept doing that. I wrote a bunch of different stories. I have a script set up for the next installment too, so I'm really excited about that. I'm already halfway through the next book, so and that one's gonna be 50 pages probably. So that's gonna be the origin of Butch Cleaver. So you're gonna see everything in that one. He's gonna have his parents getting married, everything. So.
That's awesome. So you're already getting a head start on the next one, your next
right
campaign.
Now, I was, but at the moment I'm actually still working on the editing, and then I'm starting to do the head sketches for the campaign too. So I got a few of those to do. And as soon as I'm done with those, then I'm going to start working on the next book. Because no matter what, I'm going to make it. I'm going to try to crowdfund it. If it doesn't work out, I'm going to make it. Like, even
that's kind of where I'm at, man. Like, I just want to make my book. Like,
yeah.
You know, I'm really hoping the whole crowdfunding goes through, and I get the you know, I shot for small. I went with $3,000 for it. Just I don't know. I didn't want to go too big, but we're also only selling our book at like 15 because it's a smaller book. But I mean, we do plan on the second book being the typical 45 on pages. But with me being the new guy, I didn't want to, you know, go too crazy. But I'm still going to fucking make the book, even if everybody's like, it flopped. I'm like, I'm still fucking making it. I don't give a shit. I'll make my damn math. I got the art for it. You know, I already hired everybody. It's already being in the making. So
yeah, I have three stories I got to tell, and I'm gonna make them, dude. So sorry, John.
Yeah.
At this point, it's might as well follow through and print it, no matter which way it goes.
Yeah, but I think we'll make it though.
You guys,
me too.
Oh, you guys are gonna make it for sure.
For sure, dude. I think a lot of people. I think COVID's kind of fucking people up a little bit right now, and like they don't have as much money as they did. You know what I mean? The times are hard right now, dude. Otherwise, I think a lot of books would have got backed quicker. You know.
I'm still pretty pumped. I think we were at 30 something backers. Like I said, I mean, I didn't expect that many on the opening week. To be honest, just because, like I say, I'm still new to the streams and stuff too. Like, so I haven't been on too many of them. I do the morning roast.
I think it helps that you've been on Chris's a few times. I think that helped you.
And I go on Sims.
And being on Sims, that helps you too. Yeah.
The more you're on Hardline, the better. Yeah, man. The more you're on there, the better. People want to be entertained. If you can find a way to entertain people, oh man, that's golden.
Yeah. I think like I said, me and JB is trying to go the route of hitting more the cryptic side of shit, you know, just because, you know, we want to do something a little bit different with our channel. I mean, we still talk about the normal shit too, but we just kind of throw that in there as a little bit something extra. I don't know. JB is more the political person than I am, so you won't see me talking too much political stuff. I can't keep up with everything. It's
like I said. I was telling Shane this earlier. I was like, the SJW is kind of a cliche point by now. Like we all know, it's not a news flash. It's not special. This has been ran into the ground for like 3 years now. We know they're frustrating. They're difficult.
Matt's book is Butch Cleaver. It's called Butch Cleaver.
Butch Cleaver.
Thanks.
But Ashton was asking.
Yeah, I definitely am on the Trump train like big time. I have been since day one. But yeah, I try to leave that alone somewhat too. But I mean, at the same time, like MAGA.
Yeah, we're just trying to find
I love Trump. So
yeah, we're just trying to find that different angle because we are still competing in a sense with like a lot of channels and stuff like that. Being new.
Yeah.
But I don't want to copy a lot of people. I mean, I see what everybody's doing and stuff, and I find myself I kind of tune into more of the channels that's just talking more random geek bullshit than anything. I can keep up with those channels a little bit more than the news ones. I could tune into the news ones for about I can get about 10, 15 minutes, but then I'm kind of like, oh shit. It's almost like when you play Call of Duty for 10 hours and you get off, you're like, did I just fucking waste like 10 hours? Yes, I did. I mean, I kind of feel like that way when I listen to a lot of the political stuff after a while. Like it can be kind of intriguing, some of it, but you kind of flip through.
Weird, man. It's like I hear you what you're saying too. You know what I mean? But it's just like right now, I feel like we're in this crazy war right now, man. Like I'm pro Trump too, and
so crazy.
It's just I feel like we're going up against fucking pure evil. It's just sad, man. And I got to raise my kids in this shit, but I don't want to get too into it, but I feel like it's bad, dude. It's bad, and it's bad over here. I live in California, man, and it's horrible. Like I want to get the fuck out of here, to be honest. But yeah, man, that's cool that you guys are going to be doing the cryptic stuff. I really like that. That's so fun to listen to and talk about.
There's the Egyptian news on Harlan. Damn Egyptian news.
Nobody cares about Egypt. That's so BC.
Usually I go to work by the time they start that up. I'm like, oh, my 45 minutes is up. It's time for me to go anyways.
Here's some Egyptian news. I'll give us an Egyptian news flash. The whole place is still covered in fucking sand. And nobody wants to be there.
Yeah, they kind of die when you go over there, right? And you fuck with people's shit. Isn't that what happens?
I'm sure.
Start digging their shit up. No, but
yeah.
It would be kind of interesting to hear like ghost stories from that side, though, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, they gotta have some. I mean, we know some legends.
Oh, they
stuff.
gotta. Yeah, they're probably seeing their relatives like ghosts all the fucking time over there.
Yeah,
with their mummies and shit.
They had the Egyptian thing at the museum in Columbus, JB, last year.
Yeah,
and it was so cool that my favorite part of the whole damn thing was seeing this little mummified cat about that big. I was like, why that fascinated me so much. I was just like, cause it was funny because they put little butt eyeballs on it, like on the outside of it. I was like, oh man.
Little like socks.
It looked like something out of a cartoon.
Oh man!
Look at the cute little mummy cat. Oh
yeah. But they used to kill their cats, right? If the owner died, they'd bury them with the owner, right? They would actually suffocate them and to mummify them. They didn't die at the same time,
Oh, that's crazy.
I could be totally fucking making that up, but I'm pretty sure some do.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I've learned stuff about the pyramids and the Sphinx and all that, but yeah, I don't know that level of cultural.
Well, it sounds like Brandon needs to get with it and start looking up interesting shit.
You got to watch Ancient Aliens to learn about it.
Man, I haven't watched that forever.
It's a cool show. I can watch all that shit for like hours. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Stonehenge creation and stuff. All that stuff's cool, man. The technologies. I seen this one guy like popped up on YouTube, he found like a legitimate source of like where Atlantis was, and he thinks it was in this desert in like the tip of Africa, and he was showing like research that was saying that it was King Atlan, and that was the Atlanteans, and even shows it on the map that like Plato drew or Socrates. I forgot who it was, but it's crazy, man. I'm really into the Atlantis stuff too. And
I think Atlantis is one of those things that where if someone acts like you're crazy for thinking there was an ancient city, that they're probably the fucking retard in the situation, because the idea of an ancient city is not unusual, not strange, and not different or off at all. Like there's certain things where like even people that are like oh, you believe in unicorns or something like that, it's like the idea of an animal with a horn growing out of its head is not that odd.
Far off, man.
It's not that there's fucking things in the ocean that grow spiraled horns out of their heads. It's really not that. Yeah, it's not that strange. So there's just certain things where some people are like, oh my god, I can't believe you believe that. And it's like, I'm not saying I believe it, I'm just saying it's not irrational.
Well,
I don't believe in deer.
Neither does the Mothman. No, I'm just
they kind of proved giants, though, right, JB? I remember you used to be into that thing.
Yeah, there's been tons of giant skeletons found, giant skulls, all kinds of weird, especially in Ohio, like Ohio, Kentucky. It actually, I forget where it was.
I knew giants existed when I saw WrestleMania 3.
Ha ha ha, Aaron, you son of a bitch.
Oh man,
there was I think it was in maybe one of the books of Enoch that was found, with the rest of the Dead Sea Scrolls, but somewhere there's a passage biblically about how when David was sweeping the land and killing all the giants and just burning all the giant cities to the ground and killing the women giants, the kid giant, every one of them, that a portion of the red-haired, pale-complected ones fled and went to a valley on the other side of the world. And it's interesting.
You're giving away the story to Doomfay.
I'm sorry about that. You'll have to apologize to Passion for me. But there's it's weird.
Say sorry to Jake. Do it now.
Never. But most of the giant skeletons that were found in this country in the early days of farming were all kind of in the Ohio Valley. They were in Indiana.
Another thing about those giants is they had like extra teeth. They had like extra rows of teeth.
Oh, that's gnarly.
Oh, that's what a biblical giant has. They would have two sets of teeth.
They
would have 6 fingers, 6 toes a lot of times. So a lot of identifying marks. So even if someone just believes it's some ancient people, we at least have some backing from the past that these creatures were stumbled upon and were real, and that people saw them and knew that they existed.
I also heard like Abraham Lincoln and his wife were looking for those giants, because you were saying Kentucky. I've heard about that. And there was a 9-part documentary. It was either on Discovery or History Channel or a National Geographic Channel, one of those 3, where they talked about the bone. It was called Bones of Giants. And it was all like in America mostly, and even like Catalina Island out here in California. There was found out there, and there's in these big mounds. And some dude did like a sketch, and a lot of them had like these angelic features, which kind of touches on what you were speaking of them being possibly part of the Nephilim, or maybe Goliath, where David was hunting them. A lot of similarities. That's amazing.
Well, it's more proof too to show that people that want to be dismissive of the Bible have to understand that that's the only historical reference for a lot of things. So people are like, there's nothing true in it. It's like, well, every historian on planet Earth bases everything that happened in that time period mostly on the Bible. So it's if people say these timelines match up, that study timelines and historical events for a living from the time they were 18 to now, it's worth listening to. So
absolutely.
Alrighty, probably have to wrap it up here in a second, guys. Like I said, I gotta go to work, but that wasn't too bad for our first little shindig there, Joe.
Yeah.
But I say I'll work on figuring out some good cryptics. Matt obviously knows some shit, so we're definitely have to have Matt on, because he could definitely talk some cryptic.
I think
And, of course,
Anthony
Aaron.
knows a lot, like how we were talking about Anthony's God's Hand book.
Yeah, he does.
He
does
knows
he?
a lot of weird stories from New Orleans. Yeah.
So we have to get him on as well. Get some cryptic shit going.
Aaron's never coming on again, so we
No,
should have
I'm
a free
done.
spot for Anthony.
Yeah, I'll be.
When he gets once a year, Aaron just kind of he's like what's the god dang, what's that thing? Jeepers Creepers, where it comes out every so many years.
once every like 27 years or whatever.
Aaron like comes out of his cocoon, talks shit on his stream, and then just disappears.
Shaves, disappears.
Oh man. All right, guys. I guess we'll just go around where you can find everybody. You go ahead, Joe.
You can find me on Twitter at Comic Art Master 1, or you can just punch in King Toad Incorporated Joe Ball, and you will find me either way. My YouTube channel has the same name. It is King Toad Incorporated Joe Ball. And check out the Mothman on Indiegogo, Cryptic Legends, the Mothman. Give it a look-see. It's a really fun book. And there's a lot of cool little extra goodies and fun things that will be in there. So yeah, give it a look see.
Yeah, I'm about the same. Only thing different is look up Shane Mess. If you still type in the King Toad, you'll find me. But go with Matt. Where can we find Matt?
You can find me on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Metal Movies and Brewskis. We talk about metal movies and brewskis and comics. And you can find me on Twitter at Runecutter Comic. And I was wondering, do you think you might be able to share your screen for like?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're good.
I got this piece right here that's going to go out to the first one of the first 100 backers of my campaign. It's on 14x17. It's a Bristol board and it's a Butch Cleaver. So
that's awesome, dude.
Beautiful
backer. And I started on Doodle and Chill and with Phil and everybody and Sam, and yeah, just want to do that.
That's great, man.
Thank you for letting me be on your show. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me be part of your
Oh, anytime, man.
It was an honor. Thank you.
Yeah, I say, man, I really hope we get to those stretch goals and able to get that piece on there. I mean, I'm still gonna make one for myself, so it's still gonna be hung up on my wall. But all right, Aaron, where can we find you?
You can find me at your mom's house.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on Twitter at Aaron Calamari. You can, if there's any questions about my campaign or anything, you can email me aaroncalamari@hotmail.com.
And more lethals on the way.
What's that?
And more lethals on the way.
Yeah, more lethals shipped out. So like if you guys don't get your, like if anyone doesn't get their stuff or it's damaged or whatever, either hit up the campaign because the campaign page will notify me if you comment, or just like find me on Twitter at Aaron Calamari, or like I said, Aaron Calamari at Hotmail will get directly to me.
Hotmail, what is this? 1996?
Yeah. If you can't find me or whatever, find one of these other guys because all these guys find me. Like all these guys can find me. So
yeah, I can reach Aaron, so can Shane pretty easily if need be.
Yeah, and Aaron's man, he's got a lot of shit up in that brain when it comes to stories, man. He sends me shit all the time, so I know.
This is my second campaign fulfilled this year, so
yep.
I mean, not to like brag about it, but I get my shit out, so. If there's any problems with stuff, I'll fix it. I fixed a couple things that, like there was a damaged copy that went out last year. I got that fixed. So yeah, don't worry about it. If anyone needs refunds or whatever, just hit me up. I can make a MySpace right now. They still got it.
I love MySpace.
Do they really?
Yeah, it's actually better now than it was then.
I remember when they brought it back because Justin Timberlake was like sponsoring it. I'm like,
I like it, dude. I like the
his popularity disappeared with MySpace 1 alone. All right, guys, it's been fun, and we'll do it again.
Later,
guys.